What advice would you give to a first-time home buyer? If you're buying your first home, we're going to tackle this question in today's video, and we're going to get started right now. Congratulations on considering your first home purchase. It's an exciting step, but it can be a little bit overwhelming. Here's some advice for first-time home buyers to help you navigate the process. In today's market, many buyers are bombarded with all sorts of advice. Should I buy now or should I wait? Are home prices going to continue to go up, or should I wait for prices to come down? What's going to happen with mortgage interest rates? Are mortgage interest rates going to come down? Ultimately, you have to do what's best for you and your family. Nobody has a crystal ball, and nobody knows what's going to happen with the real estate market. You need to look at your own individual financial situation and decide what is best to do for you and your family. If you decide to move forward, the first step is going to be establish a budget. Determine how much you can afford to spend on a home. Now, consider your income, expenses, and any existing debts. Create a realistic budget that includes not just the mortgage, but also the property taxes, homeowners insurance, maintenance, and utilities. Remember, our property taxes in Omaha, Nebraska, and our homeowners insurance rates tend to be a little bit higher than the national average. Plan for future increases in both property taxes and higher homeowner insurance premiums. And if you're buying an older home, or if you're waiving the home inspection, be sure to have enough funds set aside for maintenance items. Remember, just because your lender says you're approved for a $500,000 property doesn't mean you have to purchase a $500,000 home. It's your budget, and you will be the one making the payment. Your lender is going to determine your debt-to-income ratio. The lender is going to look at your reoccurring debts and divide that by your gross monthly income. For example, let's say you make $60,000 a year. You take $60,000 and divide that by 12, which equals $5,000 per month. Now, let's just say, for example, your loan program has a max DTI of 45%. That means your principal, interest, taxes, and insurance and any other payments cannot exceed $2,250. Again, this is an example, and it would be at the max. Your trusted loan advisor will assist you and help guide you as to what type of loan would be best for your situation. Again, be sure you're comfortable with the payment and don't feel pressured to buy unless you are comfortable moving forward. Number 2 is going to be saving for a down payment. You're going to need 3 buckets of money. You're going to need money for down payment, money for closing costs, and money for when life happens or an emergency fund. Depending on your loan program, you might be able to get assistance on both the closing costs and the down payment. That's cool, but don't make the mistake of not having enough money set aside for unforeseen emergencies. And this should be at least 3 to 6 months of living expenses. Number 3, get pre-approved for a mortgage. Before you start house hunting, get pre-approved with a local reputable lender. It's okay to interview several different lenders. As long as it's done within a 2-week time frame, it's not going to ding your credit. Speak to a bank, a credit union, and a mortgage broker. Decide which lender works best for you so you can establish what you have in terms of buying power. Number 4, start researching neighborhoods. Now, if you're relocating to Omaha, make a visit to explore various neighborhoods in person. Look at the schools, crime, and the proximity to work and amenities. Choose an area that aligns with your lifestyle, your budget, and your long-term goals. Number 5, work with a local realtor. Find a qualified agent who has experience with working with first-time home buyers. Not all agents are created equal. Ask family members, coworkers, and friends for recommendations. Don't feel pressured or obligated to work with a family member just because they have a real estate license. This is a business decision. It's okay to interview several different agents to see which one aligns best with your vision and your goals. Number 6, prioritize your needs. Make a list of must-have and nice-to-have features. Be prepared to compromise on some aspects, but make sure the home meets your essential requirements. Try to find a home that is at least 80% of your needs, has 10% at which you can change, and 10% that you can live with. If this is your first home, remember, this is a stepping stone and not your final destination. The perfect home does not exist. Number 7, understand the offer and negotiation process. Work with your agent to make a competitive yet reasonable offer. Be prepared for negotiations with the seller and don't be afraid to ask for repairs or concessions if necessary. Now, here's the deal. Usually in a fair deal, 2 people are unhappy. The buyer thinks they've paid too much and the seller thinks they sold it for too little. In the current market at the time of this recording, the entry-level market in the Omaha area under $300,000 is extremely competitive. Number 8, read and understand the contract. When you're ready to make an offer, read and understand the contract terms. If needed, seek legal advice to make sure that you fully understand the contract. Now, I'm going to tell a little story that back when I bought my very first investment property, I was 21 years old and I was still living at home, and it was the August of 1990. And the property was only $10,000. Now, the contract at that time was only 2 pages, and I hired an attorney to review the contract with me, and the attorney attended closing with me. Now, what was really funny about this guy, and he was so old that he needed a ride back to the nursing home after closing. Looking back, it was a great experience, and I was completely clueless as to the home buying process. Number 9 deals with the inspection. Once you find a potential home, hire a professional inspector to evaluate its condition thoroughly. In our market, according to our contract, if you opt to conduct inspections, you have 14 days to conduct any and all inspections. This can mean not only having a whole house inspection, you can do a sewer scope inspection, a radon test, have the roof inspected by a qualified roofer, have the furnace and AC checked by a qualified HVAC technician, and having the structural engineer inspect the foundation. The inspection process is not foolproof. Inspectors do make mistakes. A home inspection may decrease your level of risk, but it's never going to completely eliminate the risk entirely. Not all home inspectors are created equal, and you want to make sure that you vet your inspector. Number 10, plan for the long term. Are you planning to stay in the area for a while? Will the property meet your needs as your lifestyle evolves? Real estate is not a get rich quick scheme. It's a slow process, and you build wealth over time. Understand that the market goes up and the market goes down. If you ride things out, you're going to win over time. Number 11, work closely with your lender. While the home is under contract, do not make any major purchases or move money around or make any job changes. This can jeopardize your loan approval. Don't be afraid to ask questions. Work closely with your lender and your agent for a smooth escrow. Number 12, stay patient. Buying a home is a time-consuming process. Stay patient and don't rush into a decision that you might regret later. And it's okay to ask questions, and it's okay to hit the pause button. Now, if you want to learn more about the cost of buying a home, be sure to watch this next video, and you make it a great day.